Let us now understand the concept of data matching. To understand data matching in simple language, I'm going to be creating a few points in Rhino. Using grid snap, let me take 5 points in Rhino and another 3 points in the next row. If I have to join lines between them, I can join either only 3 lines, or I can join 5 lines, or I can join many more, that is 3 into 5 lines, where each point talks to the other point on the different series. How do I do this in Grasshopper? I'm going to first take point. I'm renaming this to point up, so that points to the top row. And let's take one more and let's say points on the down. If I'll right click and I'm going to say set multiple points, where I choose each one of them. I could have simply clicked and dragged all of them, but I did it on purpose one by one, just to ensure that the series of points selected was in order. Now if I have to draw a line between each of these points, I have to go to curve, primitive, line, and by default, if I take one point in A and this other points in B, by default I have got 5 lines output. How did I get 5 lines? Why not only 3, or why not 15 as I said earlier? That is because by default this is a longest list output. If we go to sets list, we have these 3 options called as shortest list, longest list, cross reference. Let's look at shortest list first. I'm feeding the points up in A and points down in B, and I'm giving output from shortest point to AB. You'll see that I've got only 3 lines now. Also, there is something called as trim end here. If I right click, I get an option of trim start. So effectively what you are seeing here is that the first 2 points have been deselected from the line making process. If I had said trim end, the last points were deselected, and only 3 points, which is the minimum number of lines that could have been created, are created. If I had said interpolate, it would have left one and then taken the next one. So this is shortest list. The next one here is something called as longest list. In longest list, we will see that we got the 5 lines as we had seen in the first case. However, if I right click, I get these options of repeat first, repeat last, which is the default, interpolate, which means the first one is taking 2 points, the next one is taking only 1, again the third one is taking 2 points, and so on. Then you have wrap, where you have the first 3 lines going in straight. The next one goes to the first point again. The second one goes to the subsequent second point, which means these points loop out on these top points time and again. There's also an option of flip, where you have first, second, third, the fourth point talking to the point right behind the last point. Then the next point talks to the point prior to that too, and so on. So this was longest list. Finally, you have a cross reference, where all the 3 points from up are going to talk to all the 4 points from down, and hence we are going to get 3 into 5, 15 lines. If you go over the output, you will get to see the tooltip telling you that you have got 15 locally defined values. or 15 lines of various lengths. Where is this going to be useful? As subsequently we will be creating a lot of options where we may want to generate a lot of points and so on. We are going to be using these lists in major numbers. Right now I have shown you with respect to creation of a line using two sets of points.